political candidates, their supporters, and the public to exercise restraint. We must all avoid raising tensions that would easily trigger violence. We urge all social media users to verify all information before sharing.
Thank you very much, Chairperson of the Kenya Association of Secondary School Head Teachers. Allow me to invite Mwaura Kabata, a member of the Council of the Law Society of Kenya. Sorry, 1 second, just another microphone. Mwaura Kabata.
We remind all Kenyans that the constitutional deadline of 7 days for the announcement of presidential results has not lapsed. We call for patience and calm as IEBC verifies the election results and announces the next duly elected president. Kenya is governed by fidelity to the rule of law. The Constitution remains our guiding light during this electoral period. These laws entrust various institutions with specific responsibilities. Only the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission is mandated to conduct elections, tally and verify votes and announce poll results. We call on all political candidates and their supporters to allow this process to proceed constitutionally towards its logical conclusion. Those with legitimate complaints are encouraged to be patient while IEBC completes its constitutional role. All aggrieved parties will then have the right to go to court and seek legal redress.
Thank you very much. So to read the last part of the sentence, let me invite gynecologist Dr. Simon Kegondu and President of the Kenya Medical Association. He is here with a number of other colleagues, the presidents of the Kenya Dental Association, the Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya, and we have endorsement from the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists and Union also here. Thank you.
Thank you, Irongo. We also call on government through the head of public service and the Presidential Transition Committee to ensure continuity of government services through this time and in the coming weeks. This must include payment of salaries to public employees as we await the results and transition to a new government. We remind the nation that a protracted, contentious post-election period will increase social tension, and that if left unchecked, it will trigger violence and displacement. It will overrun the gains made this far in reconciling and creating a cohesive nation. It will also reverse the post-COVID economic recovery and reduce investor confidence. We must avoid increasing job redundancies and loss of livelihoods, destroying community assets and restricting access to justice, essential health and education services, including emergency SGBV support any further. We urge the rest of the nation to swiftly move past this electioneering period. God bless Kenya.
Thank you very much. Before we open up for questions, let me just acknowledge the presence of the Transparency International Kenya, the Haki Africa, the Social Justice Center's working group, and also the International Center for Transitional Justice, who have also signed on to this statement and will be willing to answer any questions. But let me invite you to ask your questions, and if you can also just start by introducing yourself as well. We will be able to do this interview, I think, in at least two languages at some point. For those of you who are coming in from France and Germany, and those who may want Arabic, who may struggle a little bit. Let me just check. Are there any questions at this point, or can I ask one of the other colleagues to speak? Yes.
Hello, I'd like to know what made you decide to do this statement. What you saw that made you think it's necessary to come all together and give these statements?
That's great. I'll ask Happy Olal to respond to that in a minute, primarily because he works among communities in the informal settlements as well, so you can get a perspective of what the delay is taking in terms of impact. At the back? KTN.
So, a huge chunk of your statement is talking about totality of public debate for it kind of announced there. But we've seen as we hear yesterday kind of coming out and flexing their muscles and saying that we have our numbers. What's your take on that?
Okay, great. Is there a third question for now? And welcome to those of you who have joined us. We've just read the statement, but I'm sure we can read it again at the end of the press conference. Okay, so let's take the first two questions. Let me ask Simon to we'll leave this one in the middle vacant so that we don't have to do too much musical chairs. I'll ask Happy to take the first question, and Kabata, are you able to take the second one on the rule of law with regards to transmission results and who is responsible?
Yes.
As we hear, everybody has their own tallying station.
Yes. Yeah, so Kiswahili is okay. Nitajibu kwa Kiswahili. Kwa mahali tunaishi na mahali tunafanya kazi kwa vitongoji duni, tumeona kwamba kuna tension sana, kwa sababu watu wako kazini, wako manyumbani, na wengi wao wanatarajia kwamba wale ambao wana support ndio watakuwa washindi. Kwa hivyo wale the two parties wote wamejideclare kwamba wameshinda uchaguzi, na tunahofia kwamba the way raise emotions za watu itakuwa vigumu sana ikifika wakati matangazo yatafanywa, kwa sababu we must have one winner. Na the way they have raised the emotions is that all of them are going to win. That means kutakuwa na tension, na